And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Looking at today's satellite imagery, I got a system out here over the western Aleutians that brought some rain and snow showers across Adak today. Narrow band of some light precipitation extending in toward the Pribilof Islands, where light snow is falling in both St. Paul and St. George during the afternoon hours. Low pressure up here over the Chukchi Sea, just west of Kotzebue there, and some clouds extending southeastward, kind of wispy clouds into the Alaska Range area, and areas of fog over Cook Inlet earlier on, and then mostly clear over the Copper River Basin, up into the eastern interior areas, along the Gulf Coast there. And front here pushing rain this afternoon has put that into motion right up into Kodiak Island. Winds picking up to about, gusting to about 35 miles an hour at Kodiak State Airport with light rain. And some of that moisture trying to get into the Bristol Bay area. Definitely along the Aleutian Range here in the Alaska Peninsula, but not too bad out over the Aleutians this afternoon. And the southeast coast here, starting this again, you can see some showers early on, but those move out, making for a pretty nice afternoon there across the Panhandle. And on the chart there, there's that system that brought some shower activity earlier today, about a tenth of an inch of precipitation, or actually 2/10 of an inch fell areas of the southern Panhandle, like around Ketchikan, for example, other areas, Prince of Wales Island, with much lighter amounts to the north. In fact, none at all up here. Toward Yakutat, a dry day, same thing for the North Gulf Coast, Seward Peninsula, with areas of clearing there, on up, all the way across the central and east part of the state to the Arctic coast. Weak trough here in the west brought areas of light snow and snow showers again from the southwest interior right on up across the Seward Peninsula, possibly into the Kobuk Valley there, Selawik areas, and St. Lawrence Island. Some light snow showers there possible today. And again, the increasing rain, about 1,500s falling this afternoon at Kodiak Island with increasing winds as well. Otherwise, up along the Arctic coast, winds are out of the east-northeast gusting 25 to 35 miles an hour up in that area, but conditions are dry. And again, this trough bringing some shower activity into the eastern Aleutians back toward Adak. They had about 1/10 of an inch of precipitation today in the form of rain and snow. And for tonight, this low continues to bring some showers there to possibly Adak and Atka, up toward the Pribilof Islands, in toward the eastern Aleutians, but all that action on the light side there, both as far as precipitation and winds go. Still some light snow here along the west coast, a little bit more widespread possibly into Bristol Bay here. Some of this moisture links up with that trough. Otherwise, periods of rain, Kodiak Island continue, and shower activity all the way up to possibly the western Arctic coast, or more likely Point Hope and Cape Lisburne, then cutting off Point Ley. Probably be dry conditions all the way to the east of the Canadian border, again with a fair amount of clearing as well. And not too bad, just some variable high clouds. Patchy fog around Cook Inlet tonight, dry for Prince William Sound. And this front bringing increasing wind and rain to the central or south coast, spreading slowly northward. And then tomorrow, precipitation all the way up by the afternoon hours or during the afternoon, will spread up through Lynn Canal in toward Haines and eventually Skagway with gale force winds and rain, heavy at times over the southern Panhandle. No change here, central eastern interior, still a chance of light snow here, Bristol Bay up into the southern Kuskokwim Valley. Otherwise, a lot less in the way of snow shower activity for areas to the north and also back to the west here, but still some lingering snow showers out over the Bering Sea, and that's about it. No big storms out there at all. And this system here, as a bigger storm down here, is just coming onto the edge of the chart there, moves northward. This will weaken into a trough on Monday, and as this 958 millibar low comes onto the chart here, that'll push another front up, so another round of rain, heavy at times, and gale force winds for all of the southeast coast here, increasing wind and, well, more of an increase in the wind than the rain for the North Gulf Coast. But you can see a tighter gradient across all of southern Alaska. So clouds will be increasing along with east-northeast winds will be on the increase as well. But north of the Alaska Range, light winds, light variable winds with dry conditions. Just a risk of some snow shower activity here from St. Lawrence Island through the Bering Strait, up along the northwest coast, maybe the western Arctic coast, a couple of weak lows up in this area, but not too bad over the Bering Sea. Snow shower chances continue Adak and Atka, but not much elsewhere. And some gusty northeast or northwest winds here back into the Alaska Peninsula, maybe up to about 40 miles an hour there, given that gradient. And looking at the lows for tonight, lower 30s for the Aleutians, and upper 20s for the Pribilofs, lower 20s St. Lawrence Island, and generally 0 to 20 below or 25 below for the central and eastern part of the state to the north slope there. And teens, south central Alaska, some areas in the Susitna Valley could drop down a little below 0 again. And since they didn't get that far above 0 this afternoon, and up mid-20s there, Prince William Sound, 10 to 15 below Copper River Basin, 25 to 30 for the northern panhandle, otherwise 30s to near 40 elsewhere. And for the highs tomorrow, lower 40s Kodiak Island, and looking at mostly in the upper 20s to lower 30s for the Bristol Bay Area, in the 30s for the Alaska Peninsula and the Aleutians, mid-30s Pribilofs, mid-20s St. Lawrence Island, central eastern part of the state, north of the Alaskan Range, staying below 0, Copper River Basin, south of the mountains there, a little below 0 for the highs, up to the north slope, and then 5 to 15 for the Arctic coast. Lows the following morning, back below 0 again, central interior eastward, and teens as you head west, lower 20s for the Bering Strait, upper 20s for the Pribilofs, lower 30s for the Aleutians, mid-30s Kodiak Island, 10 to 15 for the lows, south central Alaska, back down to about 13 below for the Copper River Basin, and upper 20s, lower 30s north in the Panhandle to near 40 down south. Followed by highs, staying below 0 over the eastern interior, 0 to 5 above in the central areas, teens to lower 20s on out to the west.